day you've given us. Thank you for all you do for us, Lord, and I pray that you give us wisdom to make good decisions, even when decisions are always very serious. Lord, we realize that we're here to serve the people of the city of Minden, and we pray that you give us wisdom to make the right choices. Just thank you for the opportunities you give us. Thank you for this great place that we live, that we call home. It's in your name, Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank y'all.
Mr. Mayor, they may be delayed because there's a fire alarm building.
Yes.
Being moved now, it's on Homer Road.
Yes. I did notice the entourage coming through earlier, so that's understandable. Okay. Good to see y'all here. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Do all right, so I had a few things to update y'all on. And I made a list, but I would like to come on in, Mr. John. How are you, sir? Good. Good to see you. Are we out of chairs? Sir, we're going to get you some accommodations.
Thank you, sir.
You know the new bucket truck we had budgeted for last year? I don't know, almost all of y'all were at the lighting ceremony we had at midnight at the steam plant, but the new bucket truck was there set up. So just letting y'all know that that new bucket truck is here and in service. The Civic Center, for those of y'all that were at the Ellen May District meeting in the Civic Center, you got to see the new sound, or you heard the new sound equipment and saw the new screens. So all that work has been done and updated. One thing about the power bills that I would like to mention, just some quick math. You know, the problem, well, we knew this, like the timing of it is really good for the citizens because it's a really good time to have a lower utility bill cost or electric bill cost. The bad part is it's during our highest usage of the year. So even the break doesn't seem like a break, and there's no way for folks to really understand what it would have been had we not switched. But I don't know if you've been following. SWEPCO's rates are very significantly high right now, while ours are very reasonable. And so very confidently, I think we hit the target of the 20 to 30% savings. Of course, it's an average. So although everybody's power bill is still high because your AC units are working around the clock because we've been bumping 90, 95, 100 degree days, it's still a significant savings. So personally, I'm very pleased with the way that's shaping up. And another thing that'll hard to do for us is make it fairly consistent, where we see these extreme, in the past, just extreme jumps in the rate. It should be fairly, much more stable. Also, our water tank, our 2 million gallon, Tyler's here. 2 million gallon water tank is with, all the plans are done, everything is ready. The plans are with LDH right now, getting approved from the Department of Health. And once that's done, Tyler's fixing to put it out to be advertised for, and we're ready to get that built. So that, I don't know, to put into kind of your minds how large that water tank's going to be. It will be bigger than this room and taller than this building from the ground back here up. It's really large. Yeah. It's 40 foot high. Is that right? That's right. And what is it? What's the diameter? 200 foot? Is that right? It's big.
The thing about it is 4 times, the downtown tank holds 500,000 gallons, so it's 4 times the size of it capacity wise. So it's big. It's going to be bigger than I think it's going to be.
If you've ever cut a tree down, you don't realize how big the tree is until it's on the ground. You don't realize how big that water tower tank is until it was on the ground. You'd realize how huge it is. This is 4 times the size of that tank. And it's going to be a heck of a thing to see. So I'm excited about that. Thank you, Tyler, for all your work, and to our engineers.
It'll
And
take about a year to build it, so.
about a year to build it, but that's a good move for our future. The Public Works Control Center Phase 2. You remember we had Phase 1, which is where Tyler's house. Now Phase 2 is behind the steam plant at that same area over there. They're finally moved in. The street department has a few things left that they're moving over. But, and I don't mind saying this, they've already noticed improved efficiency in the workforce and in the way things are being managed, and particularly in the pooling of equipment. The utilization of equipment is up, and the teamwork, I'm observing, Tyler, am I wrong? I think the teamwork across different departments has increased because they're all housed right there together. And so the intended purpose of that is going to pay off for years and years and years to come for the city. I've told Tyler I want to knock Industrial Drive out. There's no reason to wait on that. And so we're full steam ahead on getting Industrial Drive repaid from the traffic light to the last exit of that truck stop there with concrete, and they're finalizing the plans and everything for y'all to look at, but we're pushing hard to get that done. Is there a question on that?
Isn't the state gonna push through the intersect, or to that red light, maybe a little bit further?
Yeah.
Is that still the?
Which is kind of good in my opinion, and kind of, it is good, but it's kind of not good in a way, because we were gonna do it in concrete. They're gonna push further down and pick up more as a, what is that?
Change order.
The change order to the end of the project, but they're gonna do it in asphalt, is the last I've heard. But the bulk of the project will be on us, and we'll do it in concrete, and I think it'll still be good. And the fact that they're pulling in more of it, I think is still good, and they're really agreeable to work with us. I've noticed quite a bit of positive cooperation out of DOTD in this year particularly. So, any more questions on that?
Do you think there's any possibility of maybe working with them and utilizing their money and us do the concrete anyways there? Cause that intersection really needs the concrete, cause if you asphalt it, I feel like.
I think we'll pick up most of the turning points. What do you think?
They're gonna stop where the right of way ends, and we could try. We could try, I don't know if we'll get anywhere. It was a chore
Yeah,
for them to do this, you know?
Yeah.
The problem that I see there is they have a large appetite to get it done, because this is the last thing standing in their way. They've already got this change order designed and signed off on and rolling, so I don't know. And basically, when they called me with their good news, which I still think is good news, at least if it does get tore up in the intersection, it wasn't our work, our money, like that's what they did. But they acted like this is happening now. That was the impression I got.
The bridge is closed, I mean, they got the roundabouts pretty much done.
But to their credit, I asked them to send us a good design of the update, and they had that to us the next day, and we were able to submit it to the engineers we're working with to get it redesigned into our plan. So everybody's on the same page.
And there's still no direction from DOTD on the lighting situation there. I know we have the new lightings coming about to exit up, but, you know, I mean, it would make sense to do the lighting there for these new roundabouts, so.
I would love to see that happen. You know, part of the situation is you're talking to your local guys that we have a really good relationship with at the moment, and they're dealing with engineers that are dealing with designers that are dealing with architects somewhere else, and so that the larger the bureaucracy, the harder it is to get answer, so we don't have an answer on that. But I would like that too. I think that is a very prominent exit for the city, just like the other one. I think they're both equally important. And so it would be super to have them lit up. A little help maneuvering that roundabout for everybody would probably, yes, probably not be a bad thing. Any more questions on that, or anything I've touched on?
Can I ask a DOT question?
Sure.
I've noticed today driving down Homer Road, a brand new pothole that's substantial,
Okay,
right in front of McDonald's.
okay.
Any idea when we're gonna see some construction?
I have zero.
Yeah,
So-
it's getting real bad.
We'll get the pothole, we'll get them, they'll fix the pothole.
Sure, I'm just, you know.
They've been real responsive,
Okay.
and I've been really impressed lately with how quickly they'll fix it. That's another one of these deals, where you ask the local people and they're like, we don't even know about it. It's like, well, y'all allocated the money to do it from the traffic light at the library all the way to the Claiborne Parish line. And they're like, yeah, well, that wasn't done on our level. Like, it hasn't come from on high down. And so, and then the people up higher, they're, you know, on the high level, when you talk to them, they're like, got you the money. And it's hard to get from here to here and figure out who knows what's going on. And
Right.
I don't anticipate it being a quick deal. And, you know, there's always two sides to every coin. The flip side is, they go do massive work to Homer Road. It's gonna be a booger.
It is, but I mean,
It has to be.
It's failing. I mean, it is failing. A gravel road would be smoother than.
Yeah,
Smoother for sure. Well,
I know they did some paving right there by Sonic, you know, there's a couple of good sized concrete projections that they took out and put some asphalt in, so
Yeah.
hopefully they're getting there.
Yeah, I sat at a red light today and just was watching all the traffic and was like, this should be concrete, like it should, you know, all the way to the red light for Main Street. I mean, it is so much traffic and heavy traffic.
that's certainly a very important road in the city, and for sure. So I guess in summary, you have the people that do the work and execute the work, and then you have the people that allocate the money and fulfill our dreams and wishes. And then you have somewhere in the middle, maybe there's somebody that connects those two things, but I don't think they've quite been connected yet. If so, we haven't quite figured out who the connecting person is.
Well, we should just let them ride with us. Whoever that connecting person is, we should let them ride with us down Homer Road one time.
I understood. All right, any more DOTD questions you'd like to direct at me?
Doing a fine job.
Thank you.
Fine job.
Yeah, right. Well, to their credit, I haven't really looked at every bit of it, but I'm thinking they striped just about,
They tried a lot.
I think they striped just about everything,
Yeah.
which is good, because, I mean, we were kind of flying blind, especially on Shreveport Road in the curve at night. I fussed about that several times. You can't tell what you're supposed to be doing. So we're moving the needle. Nothing, you know, I say this not as an excuse, but this is one thing about it. Nothing in government moves fast, usually. All right,
Shepherd Street will be a work of art by the time I get there.
it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. Any more discussion? All right. The animal shelter is in the dry. It's framed up. I believe you want to update them on it, or?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just repeating what I know, which is, you know, it's in the dry. I don't believe that the walls are up, or the siding. I think it may have walls, but not siding, and so,
I was gonna go by and take pictures and I forgot.
oh, it's okay.
I rode by it the other day, it didn't have siding,
Mm-hmm.
it was in the drive.
So that's progress. Carrie had texted some pictures to us, and she's real excited about it. Y'all just stop me anytime on anything. The airport hangars, we're moving along with that, so that'll be a good project. That is, Tyler told me earlier, we're looking at September-ish for construction. Is that right? Or no, a pre-bid conference,
Yeah, pre-construction will be August 15th.
August 15th.
We'll probably start end of this month or first of next.
So that's cool. I wonder how long that'll take.
It's gonna take 6 to 9 months probably.
The buildings, we would look at and say that's not a real complicated project. It's the way the floor drains, in all our design, they had to have certain specs, and so the actual slab and drainage, and I think, am I right, it had to catch,
Yeah, it's got a
Catch
whole water
basin.
simulator built in it.
it's just federal regulations, and so that part is kind of the complicated part. And you should see the documentation. Wasn't that what we signed?
Yeah,
Six? Just a little sidebar for fun here. The plans for those, what I would say is a simple shop building, were about that thick a piece. And they, UPS'd them to us, or FedEx'd them, and there were 6 of them I had to sign, and there were books this thick for plans on these 2 airport hangars. So anyway, it's very thoroughly thought out. I will give them that. It kind of blew my mind. The 10-inch water main, y'all been seeing the work right over here. That's what that is. All this mess and mud and orange fencing, that's the 10-inch water main project. That is, as y'all know, replacing that 100-year water main. So that's good infrastructure improvements on the city's part, and funded through outside funds. And so, it's a pretty big home run. Tyler says, that's moving along quickly, and the tie-ins are starting to happen soon. And so they're moving along good. He anticipates, that being completed, around October. So they moved on with that pretty fast. Anything you wanna add on any of these things?
It's gonna be a mess. It is a mess, but we'll get through it.
Are you happy? I mean,
Yeah, we got a good contractor side.
Okay, good deal. And that's Bud?
Bud's Construction.
Bud's Construction. On the Robertson Lift Station project down by Fiberbond area, that project, we've been pretty officially, I would say, assured that we're gonna get the funding from the state to do the lift station. There's a piece of land that the city needs to acquire, and Tyler's working with Neil Irwin to get that secured. So just wanted to update y'all on that. We'll get that land, all our ducks will be lining up in a row. That project's been designed, hasn't it?
For the most part, yeah.
So we're ready to roll on it. And then the last thing that I have on my list to update y'all on is the, on August 19th, we're gonna have the Minister's Prayer Breakfast again, like we do every year. So I don't know if y'all caught that. August 19th, we've done that every year. And that'll be at the community house at 7:30. So just kind of put that on your calendars and try to be there if you can. It's always a good time. Any questions about any of this? Any questions for DOTD? All right, that's my update. 7:30 on August 19th. And it actually will give y'all an invitation just so you can remember and email y'all reminders and all. But that's always a good time to just visit with our local clergy and answer questions and just kind of update them on all the things going on. All right, so next we have the police chief report, Chief Jerry McIver. How are you, sir?
Everything's good. Not much to report on, just business as usual.
All right. Okay. Chief Brian Williams, I know you probably have a report, but I also know you have a guest, so I'm gonna turn the floor over to you.
Okay, so real quick, we'll go over the report. So for the month of July, fire department responded to 1 structure fire, 3 vehicle fires, 8 miscellaneous fires, 5 public service calls, 3 rescue calls, 3 hazmat calls, 9 false alarms, and 2 fire alarms. In addition to the regular station duties the firemen have and emergency responses, they logged a combined 467 hours of training for the month of July. Firefighter Tharp that we just hired started the fire academy in Baton Rouge this past Thursday, and he'll be down there for 6 months. And the last thing is, I have the representative from Bulldog Fire Apparatus here to talk about the new engine that we spec'd out for the fire department, and he's here to answer any questions. I should have received one of the books here with the proposal, with the cost of the truck, the layout of the picture of the truck, and all the specs on it. So I'm gonna let Courtney Butcher with Bulldog Fire talk to y'all and answer any questions y'all may have.
Any questions y'all got? My name's Courtney Butcher, and I'll give everybody a call if y'all need it, but me and Chief Williams worked with this committee and built a truck very similar to what they already have, but I think with the upgrades needed for the future. So does anybody have any questions?
Well, before we ask questions, let me kind of explain, just give us one moment.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here's where we're at. The fire chief has presented us last month with, y'all remember, I think it was last month, prior to today, he presented us with the idea of ordering a fire truck because the trouble he's identified is it would take 2 to 3 years to get it, correct?
Correct, it's 881 days right now.
881 days. So while we do realize that's a long time, I don't have from y'all any kind of indication that is something you don't want to do. I don't have any indication that's something you do want to do. And I know that 881 days gets longer every day, and the more, even, so we need to make a decision if that's something we want to do or not. I didn't want to put it on the agenda to vote to go ahead and authorize the purchase of this fire truck, because I don't, and I'm not trying to persuade you either way. I just don't have any temperature check if that's something y'all even want to do. So we got a little time, we really need to have a discussion. Or y'all can think about it or whatever. There's binders on the fire truck, but really, and I'm speaking for the council, y'all jump in and correct me if I'm wrong. The question to me is not how you spec the fire truck, because it doesn't really matter to me, because I don't understand any of it. I'm just being blunt. The question to me is where we're going to get the money to pay for it. And is that something that we want to obligate really the next term of leaders, which, obviously, if we aspire to run again, we would be but nonetheless, that's a big decision. It's something that we've got to think through. And then the big question isn't how you, with no disrespect, isn't how you spec the fire truck, it's how's the payment arrangements in like, that's the kind of questions I would have to, that I think they need clarification on too. Like, would we pay now? Because we didn't budget the money.
No, so you would pay for it once it's delivered to us, and it would be financed for 10 years through whatever agency we finance it from. And the cost of the truck, what we're requesting is paying it off in 10 years on a 10-year lease purchase. When the truck comes in, the money we're currently paying for the rescue truck and the SCBA air packs, that money is what we're gonna be using for this payment, which is around 140,000. So 143,000 a year is what we have already in our budget that we're gonna roll to this payment. That's our plan.
So if we place the order now, does that lock in the price since it's so far out?
Correct.
That would be.
And that's
the
the,
biggest
that's the reason
advantage
to
to
lock
go
it in.
ahead and,
It's,
Trying to make it move.
$1,028,000. So we're trying to
say
lock,
that again?
it's $1,028,000 to lock that in. And again, I purchased a truck similar to it in 2014 for $430,000, and last year that truck was valued at $850,000.
This says Ferrara Invader, is that Ferrari, is that misspelled? or-
No, it's
It's a
Ferrari.
Ferrara company in South Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
I think every truck y'all are running right now is a Ferrari, correct?
Every truck we have has been built in Louisiana. But it just kind of give y'all some,
It's not Italian.
it's got a, what, Cummins?
Cummins.
Cummins engine. But we bought a truck, or Chief Moran bought a truck, ladder truck for $750,000. Today that truck's worth 1.5 to 2 million. I mean,
Can we sell it for that?
we could-
Probably not.
we could-
But to replace it, it would be that
Yeah,
much.
if we had to replace it, it'd be double what we paid for it.
Can you work like a 0% financing?
Sure, I'll do that. So have you looked at the numbers, with that 142, how would that cover our note?
Maureen has not got back the official numbers. They only offer a 5 to 7 year plan, and they can only defer that plan, that payment for 12 to 15 months. So
Okay.
it's a 800 and something turnaround, we had to make the first payment before we received the truck.
So have you crunched any numbers on those terms yet to see what the payment actually is?
And out of rough, don't know what the interest rate would be.
I know, it's just,
Some of them are looking from 200 to right at 300, depending on the 5 or 7, they don't offer the 10 year.
Is there, did you have a plan for a 10-year payment?
have you,
Yeah, because used to, that's what, like previously, that's what all the new trucks I've ever purchased, we did them on 10-year lease.
who was that through?
Through government capital, through Marty, but I haven't purchased one since 2014.
Current truck's on a 7 year.
You can't get another good used one? No?
Our current 2009 is on a 5-year term.
Okay, and that one's
That's
used,
the one we just.
because that's as far
purchased.
as you can do for an older.
She said we can only do a 5 to 7.
For a brand new.
And then she also said that we could risk not securing financing, but come time to get the vehicle, that way if we don't wanna make the payment before we receive it, we could always try to finance it closer to time, but then we have no idea what the interest rates and all that stuff will be.
So I need to reach out to that other company and see if they have a 10-year lease purchase available. Because that was, and the reason I was choosing 10 years is because this truck would become frontline at Central for 10 years, then it would go to 10 years at Station 3, and then 10 years in reserve, so at 30 years, we would be replacing them, that's why I was rolling the 10-year lease purchase time.
How quickly do you think y'all can reach out and try to see if there's somebody out there that would finance it on a 10-year term and, get us some educated numbers?
I can reach out to Marty again and see if she has anybody else that will offer them. And see if she can find out any other way that we could use them, since we have all our leases in them to pay. I can reach out first on time and see if I can find.
Why don't we work on getting the numbers, and then council, I need some guidance from y'all.
I mean, I'm willing to move forward and look at purchasing a new truck. I mean, obviously, it's not something that we do very often because of the magnitude, but our trucks are relatively old, or I say really old, I should say, but, trying to be nice, Brian. But, I mean, I'm okay with pursuing and looking at possible purchasing.
Okay, well, let's run those numbers and get a payment strategy. If we could get that 10 years and structure that note to be around what we're already allocating for other payments, if we can structure that payment to follow, like, hit right at the time that the other payments fall off, maybe we can make something work. in the meantime, I just wanted y'all to be thinking about it because, and I mean bluntly, the chief is, you know, eagerly wanting to pursue this. I personally, as bad as I hate the $1 million number, it's just kind of part of the business we're in. And so having a long-term plan, in the works is not horrible, so.
Chief, does this thing have everything that you guys will need going forward? Like, is there anything on here that you wish you,
Yeah, so we've included in there also for them to do all the mounting and stuff for the equipment, miscellaneous equipment that we'll have to put on it when it gets here. But so in the past, the fire chief just picked out a truck that was available right then and we used it.
okay,
So what we did this time was we got a representative from each shift, myself and Chief Shereen, the assistant chief, and we developed a committee to look at the trucks we have, what we like about them, what we don't like about them, and that's how we built this truck. So, and it has more compartment space, a little bit more compartment space than they have now to add things to it. And most of the stuff is to make it, more efficient for them and safer for them.
Would this better our insurance rating at all? Just curious.
Purchasing the truck, no, but what I learned the other day when I met with PIL, we have to have 3 frontline trucks available all the time and a reserve, but we don't have a reserve. So we're working now to enter an agreement with a neighboring department to utilize their reserve to get us credit for that truck.
Okay.
So when they shut Station 2 down years ago, they lost that reserve truck status that they had. And so we're trying to get that back.
No, it's fine, that's what the point is to ask the questions, are there any more questions of
Chief, I think of right now. Curious to see the numbers, obviously.
And I thought we would have had them available for Miss Marty, and I didn't know on the, not having a 10-year, but.
And also be thinking what you can give up, else
Right.
realizing your department.
Yeah, I'll be honest, my big fear is what else is, we obligate this funds for
Right.
10 years that we're using to replace stuff that needed replacing, that we've already agreed to. What else is gonna come up and then we're totally maxed out, so anyway, it's just something that we have to think through.
And I'll check with the other company you told me about from Zell and there where.
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but
And
yeah.
Courtney just sent me some information on one that does have 10-year lease purchases.
Okay,
Obviously, he sells for all other municipalities
right.
around the state, so.
Okay, good deal. Let's get a little facts together and try to get that payment around where we're at right now, and I think that would help a lot, and then we'll figure out from there. But council, I'm gonna be looking at y'all to just tell me if this is something we wanna make such an obligation. All right, y'all have a copy. I think Ashley's got it in her office, if y'all haven't got it already. All right, if there are no more questions for the fire chief, I'll move on to Mulaney and just whatever you've got.
I don't have much, I'm gonna try to get some of the high points in the council meeting, but in regards to sales tax, June of 2025, we collected 850,000. June of 24, we collected 698, so we did see an increase of 21.7%. And delinquent payments came in at 20,548.
You said 698 and 850?
850 for this June,
Right.
698, 442 for June of 2024.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. Well, it's our goal to always keep those sales tax numbers up and keep growing our economy.
why such a large bump? When
Construction, retail, online sales mainly, and then delinquent.
delinquent payments is
And, well, delinquent's about 2,005 to 10 more than what we typically would.
Are there any questions for Mulaney?